Hello and welcome students. Today we will study our next chapter, that is the chapter number 3. Chapter number 3, Dimensional Analysis. Error analysis is not included in our syllabus. So far we have studied this. We just studied that topic only for understanding point of view. But the questions from error analysis cannot be asked in our examination. So we having the chapter this dimensional analysis, or this can be regarded as the very first chapter of this class 11 physics, from where the question can be asked. Okay, so what do you mean by the dimensional formula? Dimensional formula. What do you mean by dimensional formula? Dimensional formula. The dimension of a physical quantity are the power. Dimension of physical quantity, dimension of a physical quantity are the power to which fundamental unit are raised in order to obtain the derived unit of that quantity, to which fundamental unit are raised in order to obtain derived unit. Let's understand what is fundamental unit. There are basically three fundamental unit. First is your mass, length and time. Mass is represented in this manner, length is represented in this manner, and time is. These are the three fundamental units, and other units are temperature and current. Temperature represented by theta and current is represented by ampere. But three fundamental units are there: mass, length and time. So what happened? For obtaining the different derived unit, we just raise the power to this fundamental unit in order to obtain the derived unit. Let's see how we use this fundamental unit in order to obtain the derived unit. Suppose we need to determine the dimension of velocity. Velocity is rate of change of displacement. Displacement, the dimension for the displacement is length L and this time. माने जितनी भी यूनिट है हम लोगों की, जितनी भी फिजिक्स में यूनिवर्स में एग्जिस्ट कर रही हैं, उसको मास, लेंथ और टाइम, ये तीन ही बेसिक यूनिट है, जिन फंडामेंटल यूनिट है, जिनका यूज करके और जिनकी पावर को रेज करके हम दूसरी डिराइव्ड यूनिट निकालते हैं. तो दिस यूनिट फॉर द डिस्प्लेसमेंट लेंथ, टाइम, so this can also be written as LT inverse. We take T as a numerator, so this dimension for the velocity is LT inverse. So what we have taken here in this dimension or derived unit of the velocity, this length having the power 1 and T having the power -1, this m equal to power m having the power 0. So ultimately we having the dimension for the velocity LT inverse. Similarly for acceleration, we know very well rate of change of velocity. So we know very well dimension formula for the velocity LT inverse and dimension formula for the time is T. So we can write it as LT inverse 2. This is the dimension for the acceleration. Now we can have a different dimensional formula based on this. Suppose velocity equal to LT inverse, we have the right acceleration equal to LT inverse 2. Okay, suppose we having the need to determine the dimension formula for the force. How will you determine the dimension formula for the force? Simply force having the formula mass into acceleration. So mass having the dimension m and acceleration having the dimension LT inverse 2. So overall the dimension formula for the force MLT inverse 2. पूरी डायमेंशन हम ब्रैकेट के अंदर लिख सकते हैं मल्टीप्लाई. फिर उसके बाद है सपोज वी नीड टू डिटरमाइन द डायमेंशन ऑफ वर्क. वी नो वैल्यू वर्क डन इक्वल टू फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट. Dimension for the force MLT inverse 2. Again the dimension for the displacement L. So this L and this L become L square. So dimension for the work done equal to ML square T inverse 2. Similarly we can write the dimension for the torque. Torque equal to force into perpendicular distance. But no matter whether it is perpendicular distance or simply a distance, displacement or distance having simply a formula, force having the MLT inverse and this having the dimension that is equal to L. So we can write it as again ml square T inverse 2. So we having the same dimension for the torque and the same dimension for the power. Okay, suppose we need to determine the dimension formula for the energy work done equal to energy. So we also having the same dimension for the energy also. Suppose we need to determine the dimension for the pressure equal to force upon area, that is equal to mn t inverse 2, area equal to L square. So ultimately we have mn inverse t inverse 2. This is the dimension for the pressure. So in this manner you can easily determine the dimension for any physical quantity. Suppose you need to determine the pressure equal to the stress. This dimension for the pressure always equal to the dimension of the stress. So in this in the book, the chart paper is given. By learning this chart paper, you can easily able to know the dimension. But I suggest you not to learn the chart paper. Accordingly, when you use these dimension formula in this different chapters, you can learn all these dimension formula accordingly. So no need to learn the dimension formula. Just remember the basic, the formula from where you are just going through the formula. You just remember the formula and adjust your dimension formula accordingly. Okay. Most important topic in this chapter is what do you mean by principle of homogeneity. Principle of homogeneity. What do you mean by this principle of homogeneity? So what does this principle of homogeneity refer? So principle of homogeneity state that every equation relating physical quantity must be dimensionally homogeneous. Relating physical quantity must be dimensionally homogeneous. In local level we can say only those physical quantity are added or subtracted which having same dimensional formula. नोट डाल के आप एक बात लिख सकते हैं, नोट डाल के कांस्टेंट फंक्शन और क्वांटिटी डू नॉट हैविंग एनी यूनिट एंड डायमेंशन फॉर्मूला. So what do you mean by principle of homogeneity? So we are just which only those physical quantity are added or subtracted which having the same dimension. Let's take an example. S equal to ut plus half at square. So we are just adding this ut to half at square. So this dimension of this ut must equal to the half at square. So dimension for the S is L. Dimension for the u LT inverse. Dimension for the t time t. This must be, because this is added, so this must having the dimension equal to the ut. So half having no dimension, half is a constant function. Dimension for the expression LT inverse 2. Dimension for this t square, t square. So this L, this again t inverse or t cancel, L equal to L. That's why this hold equation, because the quantity which is added to other quantity must having the similar dimension formula. Then only this having the formula, these equations hold. Suppose we have to know the dimension formula. Suppose v square equal to u square plus 2as. So this u square must having the dimension of 2s. Then only this addition can be possible. Physical quantities are added only when they are in the same dimension formula. So value for the u is LT inverse, u square equal to LT inverse square, and dimension formula for the 2 is nothing, constant. LT inverse 2 and this displacement equal to L. So we having this dimension equal to L square t inverse 2, and again this L is multiplied, so this become L square, this become L square t inverse 2. So both the dimension having the same formula, and this again be equal to LT inverse whole square. So we having L square t inverse 2 equal to L square t inverse 2 L square t inverse 2. In this manner, the principle of homogeneity holds. In this manner, the principle of homogeneity holds. Okay, I hope you people are understanding the concept. So what happened, what is the advantage of principle of homogeneity? Uses of dimensional equation. Uses of dimensional equation. So first use is to check the correctness of equation. To check the correctness of equation. To check the correctness of the equation. Second important point is to obtain relationship, physical relationship, to obtain a relationship between different physical quantities, to establish relations among various physical quantities, to establish relation among various physical quantity. Let's take an example. So how this helps? So this is again very important question I am discussing. This can be asked in your examination in 3 marks. Okay. So question is time period of simple pendulum. Time period of simple pendulum depends upon directly proportional to mass, acceleration due to gravity, डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है, डिपेंड लिखेंगे, सॉरी बेटा, डायरेक्टली इनवर्सली तो सॉल्व करके आया, डिपेंड्स अपॉन मास, एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी, एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी एंड लेंथ, obtain the relation. How will solve? So for solving this question, what we need to do is, we know very well time period directly proportional to mass m, length L, and acceleration due to gravity G. So take their power. So we have taken the power, m की पावर a पे डिपेंड कर रहा है, l की पावर b पे डिपेंड कर रहा है, g की पावर c पे डिपेंड कर रहा है. ठीक. तो दिस कैन आल्सो बी रिटन एट t इक्वल टू k, मास की जगह m की पावर a, l की पावर b. In place of acceleration due to gravity, we can write it as LT inverse 2. Remember dimension formula for the acceleration, LT inverse 2. So this can also be written as t की power 1, m की power 0, l की power 0, t की power 1 equal to k, m की power a. Now we will apply indices l की power b, l की power c. So this can also be written as l की power b plus c, and this c can be t की power can be written as minus 2c. This c can be written as minus 2c. Okay, now equate LHS equal to RHS. So what happened? This a equal to 0, m की power 0. So this m base are same, so a equal to 0. Again l की power, l base same, b plus c equal to 0. So b can also be written as minus c. And again on comparing t, base t, we have minus 2c equal to 1. So c equal to minus 1 by 2. So b equal to 1 by 2. So what happened? Substitute the value a, b, c. So we having the value of a equal to 0, b equal to 1 by 2, c this c equal to minus 1 by 2, t equal to क्या आ जाएगा k, m की पावर 0 माने क्या हो गया 1, l की पावर 1 by 2, l की पावर 1 by 2 और g की पावर minus 1 by 2. So this can also be written as t equal to k under root l by g. We have established a relation, and you know very well time period of simple pendulum equal to 2 pi under root l by g. So we have simply established a relation. So by knowing the concept of dimensional analysis, we can also establish a different physical relationship between different physical quantity. That's all for today.